Hello and welcome to Combat Talk Podcast. My name is Charlie, and we are joined here with UFC lightweight Mason the Dragon Jones. Thank you for coming on again, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the invite.
No problem. So, first of all, how's California life treating you comparing it to Wales?
Good. Very good. Yeah, the
Yeah.
training's obviously next level. The sparring partners and stuff I've got here are just the top of the tree. And the weather really helps. Really helps too. I'm actually, after this interview, I'm going to go for a nice run. And then I've got S&C to do later on tonight. So fun.
Is it any difference from training in Wales, like even the time difference, the weather difference?
Yeah, weather definitely makes a difference. It was different to adapt to just because the heat. So we're averaging out here between 100 and 110, which is about 35 to 40. So it's hot. Yeah, like the certain times of the days, you have to be careful of being out in the heat. Obviously, you go from aircon to aircon and try and hydrate a lot more. The gyms are temperature controlled, but they still keep the temperature quite hot. So you constantly I drink more fluid out here. My metabolism is slightly quicker out here. So it's a benefit, and it's just something you sort of micromanage.
Okay. So, since we last spoke, you were just about to make your UFC debut. Now you're 2 fights in. Is there any difference? Like, how is life as a UFC fighter actually treating you? Do you feel the pressure more knowing that it was like a transformation from Cage Warriors to the UFC in such a fast turn? How was
No,
life treating you with that?
I always knew there was going to be a difference. I said that in our previous interview. Like I knew there's going to be a difference between the Cage Warriors level and the UFC level. Obviously, my debut didn't go to plan. To be fair, there was a lot of complications with my debut that we sort of revised, and we settled for my next fight, which was going spectacularly the way I wanted it to go before obviously the accidental eye poke. Obviously, thank God I'm looking to fight Alan Patrick again. Originally, when he called for the rematch, the time difference with his ban and stuff, I wanted to fight earlier than obviously expected. I wanted to fight September, August, September, whereas he was sort of medically suspended for those times. So the way it's worked out, it works out that he's medically cleared, so we get to fight again in October. And it's a later date than I originally wanted. Like I said, I've been preparing for a September bout. But all it means is I just have longer to prepare, and feeling good already. So 10-week camp. I had a few days off, got ready to restart camp, and I'm ready to really start getting back into it.
Is October 23rd the confirmed date?
October 23rd is the date on my contract, so I've signed. I'm not sure on the location. I think that's to be decided, but I think it's going to be Vegas. Most of the shows are going on in Vegas. And Alan Patrick is who I signed against. So if Alan doesn't get injured or doesn't pull out, I'll be fighting Alan Patrick again.
Good. So look, as you said before, it was unfortunate and very controversial in your first
Yep.
fight against Alan Patrick. Like I could say going into the third round, you were up maybe 10-9 from the first two. Could you really break
Second
down
round.
what was going on?
Yeah, so obviously we did make it halfway. So if 18 seconds longer, like the official scorecards per round one as a 10-8, all three judges give it a 10-8. The second round was going the same way, if not more one-sided. And we was 18 seconds away from what would have been a victory. So 18 seconds is very irritating. But to be fair, when this name got offered me and they said, look, this is one of the only names we could really give you, I was happy to take it, especially if it's clear, because it's a name that I want to make sure is settled and ticked off. And I want to make sure that there's no question mark on it this time. I want to make sure that it's settled and it's sorted and it's backdated away. And that's not to say I'm going to underestimate Alan Patrick. I'm going to prepare for the real Alan Patrick. I think in the last fight, he underestimated me, and I think he didn't prepare as well as he should have against me. And I think this time he's really going to come out a stronger, fitter opponent. I just don't think it's going to be enough.
Is there going to be any differences in your camp?
To be fair, I'm doing it all in Team Alpha Male, same as the last one. I'm hoping to be able to fly some of my coaches out. They've got waivers the same as I have, so they can get out. It's just trying to sort it financially more than anything else, because obviously it's expensive. California is expensive.
Yes, of course.
So I'm trying my best to get everything in place and to get it all sorted, and I'm waiting for one of my new sponsors to sort of confirm whether they can sort of help with the expenses for this camp. So it's looking well, to be fair. Like, my foundations here secured. Team Alpha Male, I know I've got a good setup. Like I said, I've been in camp heavily leading up to September. Now it's just sort of trying to make sure that everything goes the way I want it to go, and staying injury free is the big one.
And is there any changes that you're expecting from Alan Patrick?
Like I said, just fitter and stronger. I think his game plan is going to be the same. To be fair, he didn't really adapt well in our last fight. I just think he's probably going to come out with a bit more of a clearer game plan. So the last one, he sort of, when we watched it back, the cornering advice wasn't really clear. They were telling him to throw more spin and stuff, look for the takedown, and sort of be in a bit more control, but not. It just sort of didn't. It wasn't sort of clear advice. So I think he's going to come in with a clearer game plan. I think he's going to have improved his wrestling for this next one. So I'm heavily going to improve my wrestling. But I think the striking exchanges are going to be the same. I'm going to manage the distance well. I'm going to hit him hard when I hit him. And I'm going to be fit and strong. So everything's sort of going to go the same way. It's just, I think it'll be a bit more decisive in this one. I'm going to be changing the combos a little bit earlier. And I'm really going to put the pressure on him when I find that gap.
And you, as a UFC lightweight, you like to, like, coming in, you're a new dog, but I really want to know, where do you see the lightweight division going right now? Because there's, with Khabib retiring, Oliveira as champ, with Dustin beating Conor, there's so much openings. Where do you see it going? Let's say by the end of the year.
Oh, the end of the year. I don't know. I can see a lot changing. I obviously see Dustin Poirier fighting for the title soon. It's just there's a lot going on. You've got so many big names in the lightweight division that things can change so quickly. And there's more and more coming through. Like, the lightweight division is the toughest division in the UFC. That's more than evident. So for me, I just the end of this year, I want to get that win underneath me, and then I'm going to look towards next year of just stepping it up and getting some solid wins underneath me. Like I said, I've had, this will be my third fight this year, and then next year I'm going to look to get 3 or 4 in the same again. And next year is probably going to be a bit busier year for me, but they're all going to go the same way, which is I'm just going to start stacking wins up and start making my way towards that belt, and I start making my way towards that top 20 division. But I'm happy with the fights I've got at the moment, and I'm just going to keep taking it one fight at a time and not overlook Alan Patrick.
So, and speaking of Charles Oliveira, he's probably going to face Dustin Poirier, from I saw from online sources, probably in December.
Yeah.
How do you see that fight playing out?
Oh, Oliveira is a dog. I never underestimate Oliveira. I think Dustin's probably got him beat on the striking front. The wrestling is going to be the big question mark. Dustin's solidly built. His wrestling's very good. I think Dustin Poirier wins, but again, you never know with Oliveira. I didn't expect him to sort of finish Chandler the way he did. So again, never overlook him, and he is the champion for the reason.
Of course. And last question, what is the outcome for Mason Jones? Not in the UFC, just as a mixed martial artist. Where do you see yourself from the whole outcome of this career?
Like I said before, my whole sort of outlook on this sport is that I love the chaos of the fight, and I love the violence. I'm not a martial artist. I'm a fighter through and through. I'm here for the exciting fights, and I'm here to fight the top names. So you're going to see me literally, like I said, stack some wins up and start working at that top 10 division. And you're going to see some fight of the year and fight of the night performances. And every fight of mine is an exciting fight, and I've never let that promise down so far. And I'm just getting better and better. So stick with me, and yeah, you'll see some good fights and some good finishes.
Thank you very much. Okay, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. Mason the Dragon Jones, UFC lightweight. Have a good day, brother.
Appreciate it. See you soon. Thank you.
Goodbye.